Alright guys, so here is my honest review on the new Summer of Love sequel that everyone's been talking about. I watched this movie last weekend with my family, and although it's been rated PG for its mostly peaceful content, there are definitely a few scary parts, so I don't recommend watching with young children. In the first film, writers focus on main character Shaniqua, who is seeking reparations with the tagline, "Where is my Hector and my mule?" And in this one, they focus on a deported Mexican drug lord with the tagline, "Where is Hector and his mule?" Kind of a funny play on words. I thought that was pretty original. Okay, so let's get into the movie. It starts with evil villain Donald Trump again. So similar to the first movie, except in this one, his evil plan is to deport everyone in the USA who is Mexican. And he does this by deploying ICE to target every house with a car parked on the front lawn. And everyone gets really mad about it, so then they start posting angry videos to TikTok. Mark Ruffalo makes a cameo in the movie in the form of, an average celebrity tweet. He accuses everyone of wanting to deport the people who are picking their food, which honestly I found to be a bit racist and ignorant because, tacos don't actually even grow on trees. Colombian actress RachelZ likes the tweet in the movie. If you don't know her, she's the actress who played Lord Farquaad in the new Snow White. I think this role could be really good for her career, especially since she doesn't have any lines in it. After the raids, everyone starts protesting, and at first the protests are pretty peaceful. It's mostly like just a bunch of chubby incels and lesbians who are mad because the owner of their favorite churro stand got deported. Half of them are wearing masks, which I thought was a nice callback to the first Summer of Love when COVID was a thing. But then you find out that they're all just hiding from workman's comp. But then one of the Mexicans sets a car on fire and things start getting pretty crazy in the movie, guys. This is when, things like really start to climax. So to keep the budget low on this movie, the Fast and the Furious actually donated 3 of their cars for this scene, which I thought was pretty cool because they were delivered by Michelle Rodriguez herself, right before she got deported. Oh, here's a Mexican stepping perfectly into frame to wave his Mexican flag. So then all the protesters are like, hey, we should burn more stuff. So the producer started handing out gas masks and stuff just to make sure all the actors were safe during the riot scene. I thought this killed the authenticity a little bit and it felt less realistic, but safety first always. Then we reach the climax of the movie where Donald Trump, the villain, deploys the National Guard to quell the riots. And then the movie ends sort of with a pretty shocking twist where Trump changes his mind and decides he's not actually going to deport anyone at all because he is just a giant puppet controlled by an even bigger puppet who is controlled by Satan. I found the storyline here to be a little bit convoluted. It kind of reminded me of the ending of Lost a little bit, which I know a lot of people hated, but I actually liked it because I'm different and unique. So anyways, I don't want to spoil the entire movie by telling you everything about it, so I'm just gonna quickly go over my ratings for all the elements of the movie. I give the plot a 3 out of 10. The movie felt very similar to the first Summer of Love. I feel like they're kind of running out of ideas and reusing the same stuff. I do know that the film was funded by American taxpayers, so maybe the lack of budget was from the Doge cuts or something. I don't know. I don't really like to get too involved in politics. Originality, I gave it a 1 out of 10. This was actually the lowest score for all the criteria. One of my favorite scenes was when the Democrats were crying on the internet over a little Mexican girl being separated from her mother. Yeah, this was a pretty big tearjerker moment for me in the movie, but then I realized after that they actually had stolen the scene from a Peruvian show. Do people know that when you leave a country, you can take your kids with you? I really found this to be kind of distasteful, especially since they're not giving the little Peruvian girl the credit she deserves. But, you know, like, what else could you expect from white supremacy? So for the full overall emotional impact, I give the movie a 7 out of 10. This is the highest rating I'm giving. The movie was for emotional impact. I did find myself feeling pretty bad for all the retarded people who think this is real life. It must be pretty hard to not be able to tie your shoelaces in the morning, but that's why Velcro exists, and that made me feel a little less bad. Okay, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. What did you guys think? Were you entertained by it? What was your favorite scene from the movie? Honestly, I just hope that I get deported next because this continent is getting pretty fake and gay.